Hi, welcome to the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. The Feminine Client Attraction Challenge delivers uber hot brand sexiness, blended from strategic brand insights and energy dynamics, metaphysics, if you will. The Feminine Client Attraction Challenge is designed to shift your energy from desperate to decadent so you can sit in irresistibility and dial up your client magnetism. Unlike popular magazines that urge you to find your femininity in this season's Pantone colors, a $200 bottle of perfume, or a tube of Ruby Woo, Feminine Client Attraction taps your true source of power, internal energy. Feminine Client Attraction works with a certain universal finesse that triggers powerful changes in your attitude, perspective, and approach to life. As a result, you'll be on the path to a better sense of hustle and flow in your life as well as your business. With that being said, welcome to day one of the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. Today, we'll dive into the first secret of feminine client attraction: understanding and embracing your feminine energy. We live in a world ruled by universal principles. Everything is energy. Your life is reflective of your energy management. Your quality of life is a direct reflection of your combined beliefs, actions, and habits, all of which have created your life experience thus far. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy and applies them in different ratios. You can think of masculine and feminine energy like yin and yang because they balance each other out. One is no more important than the other. In fact, the best marketing strategies and the best balanced people employ both masculine and feminine techniques. But there's a big lean toward the feminine approach these days due to the oversaturation that's taken place with the masculine approach, especially in business. Masculine energy is active, dynamic, and aggressive. Masculine energy practices are assertive and bold, and they put the hustle in your muscle because they're take charge and action oriented. They're also disruptive, and they don't mind interrupting you. Feminine energy possesses a sense of coolness that you don't see with masculine energy. Feminine energy dynamics are attraction oriented as opposed to action oriented. Where masculine energy can be aggressive, feminine energy is magnetic, nurturing, and receptive, sourced from intuition, patience, and creativity. When you activate your feminine energy, you're patient, nurturing, and supportive. You flow with an intuitive patience. What's mine is mine, and it's coming to me no matter what, is your attitude. Similarities do exist in masculine and feminine energy. Whether you're operating in your masculine or feminine element, you must be informative, collected, and self assured because nobody is ever going to believe in you until you believe in yourself. You must also have confidence because a confident person is a clear communicator who doesn't falter in speech. Most of all, you have to operate with ethics and integrity because nothing's sexier than a confident person who speaks with truth and pure intention. The attention whore myth. It's been said men crave sex, women crave attention. You go on social media, and there are plenty of women, myself included, filling our timelines with selfies from magical angles. Come on, we all have that one magical angle we love, right? Yes, women love attention. We love the primping and pampering that goes into the perfect selfie, which we reveal to the world like flowers in bloom. Regardless of whether you're a night blooming jasmine or a sunflower, the point is positive attention caresses you like warm sunshine on a petal. And there's nothing wrong with that, although cultural shaming begs to differ. Attention whore, selfie abuse, thirst trap, basic female, blah, blah, blah. These labels send a message that a woman who embraces herself and openly desires or encourages attention is thirsty and desperate, which is an unfair assumption. I encourage you to stop thinking of any woman who loves taking selfies as an attention whore and think of her as being feminine. Feminine energy is deeply vibrant and naturally attracts and blooms under attention. Yes, healthy, loving attention is deeply nourishing to the feminine. If you're a highly feminine woman, accept your desire for positive attention as something that fulfills some of your womanly needs. It goes both ways, however. As what one focuses on expands, the very people who feed your vibrancy benefit and nourish from your presence as much as you do. Your vibrance glows and it's going to stand out in your appearance and everything from your health to your skin and your smile. Your energy will ooze an irresistible glow to it and draw people to you like moths to a flame. And it feels good on both sides. So ignore the criticism and own your feminine appeal. Today's challenge is take a vibrant, gorgeous selfie of yourself. No filter. Post it on Instagram, tag Lauren Doll, that's me, in it, and answer the following. The best part of owning my feminine energy is. Include the hashtag feminine client attraction and the hashtag sexy focused ambitious because that's exactly what you are. Then post another picture, this time of your feminine muse, whoever she is. Add the sexy focused ambitious and feminine client attraction hashtags and tell us why she rocks. That's all for now. Reply back with any thoughts you have. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Sex and Sizzle, Lauren Doll. P.S. Use this challenge to feel free and ask me anything you'd like regarding these lessons. If you feel stuck in any area, this challenge will allow me to help you overcome and push forward. This challenge is also a live preview of Feminine Client Attractions Bootcamp, an exploration in sensuality, creativity, and financial energy to take control of your relationships with yourself, with your loved ones, and with your clients. I also have some sexy bonuses available if you sign up before the challenge ends. Click the link for more details. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to day 2 of Feminine Client Attraction. Today we'll dive into the second secret, pamper yourself and your energy. Are you the proverbial busy woman? Either married or single, kids or no kids, always running around and making sure you're taking care of everything and everyone but yourself? Does your soul beam with pride because you're deeply self sacrificing, forever giving to others yet never giving to yourself? Bless your heart. You are so precious. And that shit ends now. Baby girl, when you die and step past the pearly gates, you're not getting any gold medals for suffering. We're all selfless in some capacity, but women tend to be givers by default. Being selfless and giving, those are positive things to be, but not when you run ragged without time for yourself. Exhausting your energy is dangerous because you can't run around pleasing other people without pleasing and restoring yourself first. Of course, again, we're told that we have to, that we have no choice, that these are the sacrifices you make when you become someone's wife or somebody's mother or a leader in the workplace. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you are draining your physical, mental, and spiritual batteries. You end up looking crazy and haggard because you're running on fumes and it won't be long before you crash hard. Pamper yourself regularly. Spa treatments like manicures, pedicures, hair treatments, and massages are considered luxuries. But that's crazy. These treatments are not supposed to be perceived as luxuries, but essentials for life management, self care, and personal wellness. Manicures and pedicures make you look and feel groomed and polished. Massages stimulate blood flow and release tensions and knots where toxic remnants built up, and they allow you to maintain a certain zen in your presence. And hair treatments keep your hair and scalp in order and give you top-notch sheen and shine. Yes, I'm going to tell you, it's time to invest in your appearance. They say never trust a naked man who offers you his shirt. How can someone, anyone, trust you to have their best interests at heart when you don't even look like you can manage your own? I hate to say this. I mean, like, I really do. Because I'm really down to earth and I hate pants unless they're required. But the truth is, when you're in business and using feminine charm to attract and seduce, you have to abide by the rules and keep it clean and elegant. Part of being clean and elegant is pampering yourself. When you look good, you feel good. But when you make it a point to invest in yourself with pampering, you will undoubtedly look and feel even better. You don't have to purchase pampering on a regular basis. Getting weekly manis and petties can add up. I get it. But make your pampering a ritual, even if you do it yourself from home. At the very least, just promise me you will not make it a luxury for your bra to match your panties. Get some of that exquisite me time. Pampering isn't just about beauty, it's also about taking the required time to unplug and chill out. Everyone has 24 hours in their day. Besides sleeping for 6 to 8 of those hours, you should have at least 1 to 2 of those hours at your disposal. Set some of that free time aside for you. Me time is so important because you can lay back and focus on things you want and need to do in order to show up at your best in every area of life. When it's not about your job, your kids, your man or woman, or your cat, dog, whatever, what do you love to do that's all about you? What's your pleasure? Some women like to dance. Some like to soak in a tub with a bath bomb. Others meditate. Others get that mani pedi I was talking about. Others see their brow stylist or get a massage. Seriously, if money and time were not an object, what would you do for yourself? Pampering is receiving and it attracts money. To be pampered, whether you are pampering yourself or allowing yourself to be pampered by someone else, is to be actively receptive and attractive. Women are natural givers. We have this strong desire to give so much of ourselves, it's uncanny. Sadly, we rarely allow ourselves the gift of receiving. Pamper yourself at least once a week and don't apologize for it. Of the 168 hours in a week, everyone in your life can operate without you if you need to walk away for just 1 to 2 hours just to be by yourself. The world will not stop. Sure, they'll miss you, but when you emerge, you'll be such a better woman for it. You'll be vibrant, glowing, buzzing with renewed energy. You'll show up with more focus, alert, and ready to take on the world. Your unstoppable sense of wholeness and self will be hard to miss and even harder to ignore. Yes, something as simple as a manicure, massage, or sex. Yes, I said sex will give you a radiant feminine glow that naturally begs the question, what's her secret? Even better, when you pamper yourself, it upgrades your frequency. You vibe on a whole new level. You're bold, you're sexy, you're confident, you radiate self love. It magnetizes your feminine attraction factor. People take notice, they pay attention to you, and they want to know what you're doing with your life. Women who are inspired by you, especially on social media, will watch you from afar. They will observe how consistently radiant you are and will slowly join your team. Let them discover your business provides something that can help them look and feel as just 1/10 of how good as you look, and you're going to snag a customer automatically. Look at this as a form of leadership by example. You are a woman, a business owner, and a queen. No matter how much society praises the unpampering and selflessness, that they project and push, being a woman doesn't mean that you have to ignore your desire to indulge in that. You don't have to live crusty, ashy, and unkempt as you're tossed from task to task in frumpiness and frenzy. You can rewrite that script so that being a woman means nurturing everyone as well as you're nurturing yourself. Remember, as a business owner, sharing your secrets to pampering and self care and how you integrate it into your busy life. That's a core component of demonstrating your lifestyle brand in action because men and women are going to be attracted to your essence, but they're going to be sold on the things you sell through your lifestyle. So today's challenge, carve out 15 to 20 minutes right now to sit or lay in complete solitude. Music is optional if preferred, but make sure whatever it is relaxes or soothes you. Close your eyes and simply let the peace take over you. The goal here is to let your energy chill out and take a breath from the craziness of your day. If you absolutely cannot stop yourself from zoning out, that's fine. Use this time to assess your day or pray. If you don't believe in God, pray to your future self. Or just think of prayer as nothing more than spiritual communication and just speak out loud to yourself in your head. Also, commit to pampering yourself in a specific way over the next week. Buy yourself flowers. Purchase a bath bomb and candles for a long soak in a tub. Get the latest New York Times bestseller and spend 20 minutes reading it. Take a daily walk. 20 or 30 minutes of physical activity can regulate your sleep cycle and improve your mood. Reply now and let me know what your deliberate act of self care will be. Until tomorrow, Lauren. Hello, and welcome to day 3 of the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. All right, today we're going to dive into the third secret of feminine client attraction, and that's being of service and owning your story, or in other words, just owning your shit. One of the best ways to master feminine client attraction is to be of service. You are attracting people with your feminine radiance. And darling, let's keep it real. You are cool, calm, and collected because you know you have what people need. Now you get to reinforce your powerful stance by being of service to those you are truly qualified to help. The more you are of service to your niche, your people, the more magnetic you are to them. So determine who you're serving. Who are you for? If you're struggling to figure out your audience, the one way you can truly get clarity is to look within. You are your perfect client. Your clients are literally your mirrors. They're either a couple of steps behind you or in front of you in different ways, solving, and they need your help solving problems you've already solved that you can clearly help them with. They vibe with you because they're on the same energetic frequency as you, and they respond to your call or frequency because you guys are actually walking on the same road to the same destination, and your spirits are really resonating. Going deeper, the core truth of being of service is about being transparent and authentic, owning your truth, so to speak. Transparency is sexy. We're in a world where things are constantly dressed up, tucked away, and denied. Nobody wants to know the nastiness you had to overcome to be successful. They just want to be there for your glory. But if you're not sharing the process it took to bring you from dirt to diamond, you cannot help the women out there looking for your inspiration and encouragement. Service is not subservience or servitude. Being of service is fun when you identify your perfect audience. The challenge is balancing what you give and when. Some women read the old me, Lauren, make the mistake that being of service means being willing to do anything to make money. I've learned my lesson. Desperate behavior destroys your client attraction mojo. If you're so desperate for the sale or connection that you fall over the first client who hits you up, this is for you. Stop catching feelings for the first new prospect that comes your way. Just because someone talks about buying your product or working with you doesn't mean they actually intend to. We live in a world where it's very easy and highly acceptable to talk about big dreams and sexy sales fantasies just because. Desperation kills your chances from the start. You're a brand. You should not be desperate for a client because the entire premise of your brand is to put on enough of a show that people are drawn to you and want a piece of your lifestyle. Pursue your clients through attraction. Entice them with the art of seduction. Having a bombshell brand that reflects you and your mission, demonstrating powerful service and pampering. Spoil them with information regarding their needs. Show them the perfect solutions you have and confidently sell them with the knowledge and clarity that your products will help them. Remember, feminine energy is powerful enough to attract all kinds of clients. This is natural and par the course in your client attraction experience. Don't get mad when you attract clients or people who are just wrong for you, whether they're too old, too young, too cheap, too crazy, too entitled, or even full of themselves. That's okay. They're just not your tribe. And most of the time, it won't matter because you'll recognize that the energy doesn't mix before they get too close. It's kind of like when you meet a man, you go out on a date, it doesn't work. You keep it cute, you detach yourself from them and focus on the guys that actually are a better fit. So today, I want you to pull out a piece of paper or just kind of like meditate to yourself on these following statements. Just answer them in your mind. My business is ideal for women who are blank and need help with blank. They're in my audience because when I was in their situation, I wish someone had given me help with blank. 3 things my ideal clients and I absolutely love are Three things my ideal clients and I absolutely hate are words I'd use to describe my ideal clients and I are I feel powerful, passionate, and excited when women whose stories of triumph I admire are, and vulnerabilities I could share to help my clients relate to me include, and people most often thank me for. You've been doing a great job with the challenge. Tomorrow is day 4, and I promise it's going to be sexy. Hasta la vista, Lauren. Welcome to day 4 of the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. Today, we're going to dive right into the fourth secret, owning your sexual, sensual energy. This module I feel is so important to the feminine client attraction method because it's distinctive in application. When we discuss sex and sensuality, usually, people are talking about how to look sexy or have better sex, and it's related to dating and marriage and love based relationships or attracting a man. But within the feminine client attraction framework, owning your sexuality and sensuality are simply another way of pampering yourself, radiating that attractive energy without the help, assistance, or validation usually sought in, externally or by other people. It's just another way of really nurturing yourself and fully owning yourself because a lot of people, we keep this part of ourselves that's only allowed out during certain times like Valentine's Day or our honeymoon or when somebody special is in our lives. And honestly, that's just a part of who you are and it just needs to be present at all times. Period. And see, here's the thing. Everybody's talking about sex in some way, shape, or form. And that's because everything's about sex in some way, shape, or form. Selling even the most mundane products or services is about sex. When you take a look at some of our most popular marketing terminologies used today, irresistible offer, for example, there's seductive language interweaved because it triggers that whatever's described is, it gives the perception of desirability. And selling anything from Brazilian butt lifts, pacifiers, car parts, clothes, it's all done through a process of seduction. It's the AIDA model. You have to um, capture the attention, get them interested, draw them in with the details, and make them act towards making that sale. If you want to attract and seduce other people, you have to start selling your allure and you have to be the first customer. You have to be your first customer. And that's because seduction begins with you. If you cannot seduce yourself, you won't be able to transfer seductive energy into your brands, into your life, and attract others or clients or anything. And if you can't perfect the art of seduction over time, you'll have a harder time increasing your magnetic pull as a client attraction specialist or as a master of feminine attraction. So, how do you start the self seduction process? With your image. How do you feel about yourself and your appearance? When's the last time you've taken a full body picture in clothing that made you feel feminine and sexy? Do you love your body? You might think it's nice, you might think it's okay, but honestly, do you love your body? Do you think, feel, and believe you are sexy, regardless of who finds or doesn't find you beautiful? Do you find yourself to be absolutely fucking gorgeous? The world's sexiest brands have never waited for anyone else to affirm their sex appeal. They owned it straight from the start, and whoever fell in line, fell in line. The naysayers who weren't part of their clique were left to their own devices. Even with celebrities, you see the same thing. There's a lot of sex appeal, and there are an insane amount of beautiful men and women in this world, but nobody is completely, unanimously gorgeous to every single being on the planet. Name any woman you want, and no matter how popular she is, I guarantee there's at least a handful of people ready to tell you she's not as hot as you like to believe. It's for that reason I honestly think there's just a ton of beautiful women, but no such thing as the world's most beautiful woman. Not in the uniform, universal sense, anyway. It's all about personal taste and preference. And as long as you are lovingly full of yourself, which means you love yourself without the need to put down others, who gives a fuck who agrees with you? You deserve to feel sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, desirable, even if you're not blonde haired or blue eyed, even if you're not Victoria's Secret model thin. Societal images still push certain types of sexier than others, but the truth is there's honestly truly something for everyone and someone for everyone. No matter how busted you think you look, I promise a little polish or a crack of your addictive personality will make you incredibly irresistible and addicted to somebody. I teach my bombshell branding clients that if they want to feel sexy, it starts with who you are being. You cannot do more than look sexy if you aren't being sexy in your energy. And you won't look your sexiest if you're not feeling your sexiness. So let's talk about defining sex appeal and sensuality. One of the biggest misconceptions we make, and I admit to my occasional guilt in this, is to equate femininity and sexiness with our outward appearance. Yes, these things can be sexy, but they're simply an outward and superficial focus on what's sexy or feminine. And again, they're really subject to opinion. Sexiness and femininity aren't necessarily flouncy dresses and flowery skirts. They're not always red lipstick and long hair. They don't always require tons of makeup and designer perfume. Women who ooze sexiness from their pores generally feel sexy from deep within. And that's because sexiness, pure, raw, primal sexiness, it is internal. It is all about your self worth, your self care, and the ability to receive and attract with grace and ease. Sexiness is taking time to connect with God after a long day. Sexiness is enjoying an afternoon of football, braless, and a wife beater and sweats because you're comfortable. Sexiness is treating yourself to a 40 or 50 or $60 manicure because you decided you needed and wanted it. Sexiness is saying, I take care of everybody else, but that's because I always take care of me first. It starts with you. You have to start with you. When you aren't proud and feeling sexy about you, and you're wondering why you're not attracting sexy people, it's because you're not being the person you need to be so people can see you that way. If you feel bad about you, guess what you're going to attract? People who mirror your weak, sensual energy. Unhappy, unsexy people who aren't sure of themselves or their sex appeal, and they need a lot of work and coddling and attention, or they like to destroy you and people around you so they can kind of feel better. And that's not sexy or fun. Starting today, if you want to truly experience feminine client attraction, you must own yourself and your sex appeal at any cost. You must perceive yourself as worthy of the sensual, respectful attention sexy women receive. This truly goes so much deeper than getting on Instagram and Facebook and posting pictures. Fuck the concept of posting pics for likes because until you love yourself, you're simply seeking external validation. This is about being open to receiving the praise and attention because you already praise and give attention to yourself. You are exactly what the fuck you believe, and your reality will mold itself to fit and affirm that. If you know you're gorgeous and I call you a busted bitch, will it affect you? Might shake you or piss you off for a minute or two, if you allow me that much pleasure. But ultimately, it'll be meaningless because your self perception will realize that's not my reality. I'm sexy as hell. That bitch crazy. It works in reverse too. If I tell you you're absolutely stunning, but you think you're fat, hideous, plain, basic, you're going to reject me just as easily. Either that or my comments are not going to stick. Here's your first assignment to increase your sex appeal. Start to fully receive compliments. Even if all you can do is smile and say thank you, accept any and all compliments that come your way. We have this thing where we think that, being beautiful or beautiful people should be confident yet humble. They can't personally acknowledge their beauty because it's immodest to do so. And as a result, we get all crazy in the brain the minute someone compliments us because we're scrambling to downplay our attractiveness for the sake of politeness. When someone takes time to compliment us, it's their gift to us and a reminder from God that you're wonderful. Besides, people actually like giving compliments. It makes them feel good to impart positivity on someone. Allow them the honor. Compliments are also a form of spiritual abundance. Abundance isn't simply financial, it comes in all forms. So if you're waiting for an increase or a blessing to come, know there are times you're going to be tested prior to its arrival. Sometimes the universe wants to know how open you are to receiving gifts in various forms. Since a compliment is a small but powerful form of currency, inability to respect and accept a compliment communicates lack of readiness to receive abundance in the format you're specifically waiting for. Sexy is not automatically beautiful. To be sexy is a beautiful thing, but sexiness and beauty are not automatically linked to one another. Sexy women aren't always beautiful. Beautiful women aren't always sexy. Ugly women can have a lot of sex appeal, and some of the sexiest looking women can be sexually awkward and frigid when approached, and that kills their sex appeal. Women who have zoned in on their sexual power have the keys to their femininity and sexual energy because they fully own themselves in their entirety. They aren't getting attention just because of their bodies, but the ownership and magnification of the sexual energy within. Own your sex appeal, even if you're rocking it by yourself. Don't sit around chasing perfection before you realize your worth. You just have to own it. Awakening your sensuality. Sensuality is another important aspect of attraction. Sensual people experience the world so much differently. The world is a blank canvas on which they create and experience a masterpiece of sensory experiences. Sensuality is living life with pleasurable enhancement gratified through your senses. When you're sensual, you're experiencing the world through sight, sound, taste, smell, and touch. Sensuality is an awakened physical state of receiving because your neural senses are present more often than not. Because you're receiving all there is to receive in a physical state, you're more discerning about what's in your environment. You develop an artistic sense of what does and does not work for you. It is never too late to start being sensual. Never. The easiest way to explore your sensual development is to slow down. Learn to live in the present. Being fully present gives you the opportunity to fully show up in the moment. When you're fully present and in the moment, you're tuned into your environment and everyone in it. Building sensuality in your life is easier when you declutter your priorities. Remember that me time I asked you to incorporate? That's a perfect time to indulge in sensual exploration, alone with nobody else present. When you can cherish and become confident in your sensuality alone, you'll then be able to share it more fearlessly with those you love and eventually the world. Now, let's talk about what happens when sensuality triggers. Sensuality is triggering. To be sensual is to be vulnerable. Because you're slowing down to experience and observe, you will notice more and be noticed even more. Others, confused by how you operate, will question your behavior. And some people, intrigued by the difference in your energy, will take it upon themselves to engage with you in hopes of experiencing it intimately for themselves. There may be a period where, as you become more comfortable integrating sensuality into your being, that you'll see a wave of catcalls, criticism, and of course, critique. You'll be told not to carry yourself in a certain manner because you're asking for it by doing so. And God forbid something happens because then, if you weren't so sensual or doing this or doing that, you wouldn't have stood out. Reality check? It's bullshit. When people, or more specifically men, are attracted to your sensuality, receive it as a sign of successful sensual awakening. You're just becoming more alluring because you're acting in a manner that's distinctive from the norm. Yes, it is alarming, but please don't take it personal when others react sexually to you. Most women avoid becoming sensual because general consensus confuses sensuality with sexuality. You could say mainly this is because the key to great sex generally involves being more sensual and receptive in the bedroom. But sex and sensuality are not mutually exclusive. That's just societal misunderstanding. You can be completely sensual without an ounce of sexuality in it, just as you can be completely sexual without an ounce of sensuality in it. Sheltering yourself is okay, but I implore you to resist the urge to shut down as you blossom. Erect stronger boundaries in which you feel safe to confidently explore this new side of you and pull them down for nobody. But don't abandon your newfound internal radiance simply because of all the attention that starts to come your way. The only way through is through. So the sooner you push through your blocks, the easier it'll be to own this like a second skin on your soul. Today's challenge: commit to living sensually for one day. Go to bed an hour early and wake up at least 1 hour earlier than usual. Then go about your day as usual, but move a little slower, taking time to fully experiencing your activities. Inhale the fragrance of your body wash in the shower. Indulge in the pleasure of eating a piece of fruit and letting the flavor burst all over your taste buds. Take a walk around the neighborhood listening to the weekend and swaying your hips with a little deliberate intent. Here's a bonus experiment. The next time you have the house to yourself, take an indulgent shower or bath and then walk around topless afterward. Just wear panties, nice ones, no granny panties, and experience living in your skin while taking note of how you feel and the new sensations that awaken from it. This is not only good for building sensuality, but confidence. When you're comfortable in your skin, you're comfortable, period. You'll be surprised at how well people respond to this new layer of confidence you have also. Got questions? Hit reply and let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for our fifth and final challenge day. Bang on. Wait, forgot. If you're still considering the Feminine Client Attraction Bootcamp, registration's getting ready to open up soon. Because you're taking the challenge, you have the opportunity to get in early. So follow the link below or in the email to sign up and take a look into it. Hello, this is Lauren Dahl. Welcome to day 5 of the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. Today we're going to dive into the fifth secret of feminine client attraction. Love money, attract money. Have you ever heard of chakras? They're energetic centers of spiritual power located in the midline of your body. Most studies acknowledge 7 primary chakras from your root to your crown, each with their own special purpose. Your root chakra sits at the base of the chain and governs your physical and personal security. When you're fearful, nervous, or afraid, there's an imbalance to be healed there. If you're confident, assured, and move with trust, this chakra is balanced. Your sacral chakra sits above the root chakra. It governs feeling and holds reign over creative, financial, and sexual energy. Because everything is energy and a reflection of your energy state, if your sacral chakra is blocked, then your money, creativity, and sexuality may also be blocked. We're products of our environments. Just as we're given bogus beliefs about sex, that it's dirty, wrong, only for certain reasons, and creativity, that, it's fun, it's nothing to take serious when you're an adult, but it's fun. We're also given crazy beliefs about money, also. We're taught the love of money is bad, but that it's a necessary evil to get by in the world. Hating money is bogus. Think about it. If you told someone you hated them and you treated them like they're an unwanted presence, what would happen? At some point, they'd grow to dislike or resent you and resort to avoiding you as much as possible. Luckily for you and I, money doesn't hold grudges. Like sex, money triggers. We'd rather discuss our sex lives than our bank accounts. It's crazy because we want and need more money, but we don't realize how badly we're repelling it by holding nasty beliefs about it. Our love hate relationship with money must come to an end. Money provides joy, creativity, and freedom. It just as easily carries irritation, fear, and depression. Your authentic feelings regarding money determine what side of the fence you're on with the stuff. And everybody has a money story. That is a personal set of values, experiences, attitudes, beliefs, and so forth surrounding money. Where do we get our money beliefs? Parents, friends, culture, and the media hand them down to us. They're then sculpted by the way we operate in our personal lives and how we personally experience money on our own. You may not be initially aware of your true feelings about money. Most of the time, we don't really consider our financial attitude. But your money story is deeply implanted within your psyche. It reflects itself in the most powerful, subtle ways. Your money story is revealed in the products you buy, the clothes you wear, and even your salary. The amount of debt you have, the quality of debt you have, even getting a speeding ticket. I want you to know these are all reflections of your money story. When it comes to your business, your money story plays a large role in your success also. If you're not strong in your financial stance, you may not charge properly for your services, or you might not put safeguards in place to manage your money and therefore are taken advantage of for not having proper boundaries. I can give you horror stories about people I've worked with who've been run over for not having strong financial boundaries. Hell, I can give you a few of them about myself. There was a time where I used to allow others to give out my number for business purposes. These associates would call me with potential business, and the conversations would be peppered with things like, I don't have a lot of money, so don't take advantage of me, or can you work with me? And, me being desperate for cash at the time, I fell into those traps. I met one person, and by letting them speak with me directly, we formed an unofficial business relationship. Because I trusted this person to do right by me, as they were a friend of a friend, I ended up doing work for them without a hard signed contract. Everything was in writing, but it wasn't signed. This person initially paid as agreed, but toward the end, scope creep came into the situation. Poor miscommunication mishaps occurred, and long story short, there's a remaining balance to this day. As a result of non payment and insurgence of accusations, I ended up deactivating some of the work I did for this person. Months passed and I attempted to collect, only for this person to say, I'll pay you when you turn on my site. You attempted to sabotage me. No, sir. I did what I was supposed to do. I turned off your service because payment wasn't rendered and it was getting dragged out. To be honest, this person agreed to pay, but he disappeared the second I sent him a contract to turn on his site in exchange for immediate payment. I can't begin to give you the level of excuses he gave me about the situation, but I can guarantee that this person is no longer authorized to do business with me ever again. Regardless of how messed up this is, guess who's responsible? Me. I should have known better than to have allowed personal connection and an initial sense of trust to overtake my common sense. This was me violating my own boundaries. And so, even though I deserve to get paid, on the other hand, I also deserve to be burnt by being shafted for being trusting in someone else's word. In essence, working without a contract or for free, quote unquote, exposure, or on a discount because someone else cannot or will not pay you is detrimental. It says a lot about how you feel about yourself, and it costs you more than just the money you could have been making. Let me outline this for you. It's cost me $30,000 in 2015. It cost me security and peace of mind over the years. When I had a car accident and lost my phone over the holidays and had to pay for everything in cash because I didn't have full coverage for car insurance. It cost me thousands in unpaid bills that forced me into financial suffering at one point. It's cost me untold gallons of tears because there were times I felt uncomfortable receiving help from others because I was supposed to be a businesswoman. I was supposed to be on top of my shit. It cost me self esteem when people would hire me, ask for flexible payment terms, and then back out of their agreements and break contracts just because. It also cost me money when I couldn't afford to file civil claims against them for money owed. It's cost me my credit score because I couldn't pay bills. It's cost me the ability to turn on my lights or use my heat because at a certain point I couldn't afford my bill to go over a certain amount one winter. But I learned how to walk comfortably around in a house that's only 60 degrees according to my thermostat. And when I was at my lowest point, it cost me my self esteem. Because when a man approached me for a date, I would self sabotage myself. I figured if he only knew how much I couldn't afford to date a man like him, he'd leave me alone. And I'd always settle for less than I needed to. Ultimately, working for free cost me my time because I was forced to work full time at two jobs to make ends meet because I was giving out too many discounts to people who didn't value me. And it was a reflection of me not valuing myself. Whenever you have to substitute your business or subsidize, your business with a full time job or by taking on more than you can chew and you cannot make time for yourself, and for extended periods, you're not in a strong position to live. Let me stop here and also add it's cost emotional peace. There were times I do work for someone for free or low cost, and they'll tell me, oh, I'll pay you when I can, and I'll refer business to you. But then I'd see them happily investing $1,000 or more for somebody else to do what I did, and sometimes not even half as much or half as good as I could do it. When you see that, it's mind blowing. And it cost me days of emotional turbulence because the question became, why am I not good enough? At the end of the day, people value what they invest in. The lesson here is to give immense value, a ridiculous level for it, of it. But once you decide to charge, own the value that you bring. Own your price. Keep boundaries in place to safeguard you from becoming friendly and emotionally attached to a project or client before money changes hands. I seriously mean this. You can do this by creating resources that help your tribe without requiring your time on a consistent basis. Your time should be compensated. End of story. I go into this more in my luxury brand strategy. But the truth here is you have to own the value of your time more than you value money. When you do this, you become more attractive because you're no longer desperate for the money and you're more confident and steadfast in what you want. And when people see this, they're attracted to the chutzpah and the energy and they fall in line. They may not know how they'll pay you, but when they want to work with you, they'll find the money. Mastering feminine client attraction means learning to stop giving away your power. Being sensual, feminine, and vulnerable is your birthright and feels orgasmic when you consciously and deliberately choose to experience life's richness in this way. But the infinite emphasis here is your awareness, your deliberate choice. When you're not aware of your sacral power, your creative, financial, and sexual power, then it's dangerous to be vulnerable, sensual, and feminine. The danger comes from lack of awareness and external ownership. Even if you maintain a certain level of control, yet think you'll subdue it to please someone else, you'll still screw yourself over. Have you ever worried about making more money than the man you're with? Have you ever been afraid to make more than your friends or siblings because you didn't want to look greedy or be judged for it? Have you ever been asked to reduce your fees so someone else can pay you what they want while demanding full service? Anytime you give in to or seriously consider changing your prices, brands, or yourself for someone else's comfort, you're adding their shit to your money story. And if you do it long enough, your money story will be one based more on others' ideas than yours. You don't need that because at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with yourself and the choices you've made. You're not here to make other people comfortable. If someone else needs you to dim your light in order to bear with your shine, you don't need them. Screw them. Client, friend, relative, screw them. So let's talk about getting sexually compatible with your finances. Just as you've delved into your sexual and feminine energy, I want you to embrace and acknowledge your financial energy too. Financial energy is something that's pretty tricky because, again, there are a lot of deeply embedded beliefs hanging around in our psyches when it comes to money. To whom much is given, much is required. As a business owner, there's nothing more attractive than demonstrating a powerful relationship with money, one that strengthens and inspires instead of generating fear and greed. You can start investing in your financial energy today, and it'll start the process of transforming your relationship with money. First of all, decide to love it. Become sexually compatible with money. No matter what crazy crap comes out of anyone's mouth, decide that money is a powerful form of energy, a financial currency that reflects the value you bring to the world. Money should be loved because it allows you to buy the things you need, take pleasure in the things you enjoy, and provide for those you love. At the same time, don't worship money. Money is to be loved, cared for, and used, but never worshiped. In the chase for security, you may prioritize your acquisition and storage of money over things like time with friends and family. But if you realize you're chasing money harder and harder without being able to slow down and leverage what you've acquired, we have a problem. Recognize that your time is more valuable than money. Powerful relationships are more valuable than money. Being at peace with yourself is more powerful than money. So if you're doing something that doesn't sit right with you in order to get paid, you have to analyze whether it's something you can continue to do. Anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. So if someone's not willing to pay your price, you shouldn't be willing to give them your time. Reserve that for those who value your business and you, personally, professionally, and business wise. Cultivate gratefulness for what you have. Even if you don't have a lot, expressions of gratitude allure financial well being into your life. Grab a jar and write down a list of things you're grateful for. Whenever you're financially stressed, look around for something you're grateful to have, spiritually or mentally, even materially. Write it down on paper, toss it into your gratitude jar. Provide solid value without killing your time. Again, I'm about creating and giving value. It's the feminine client attraction way. But there's a way to create business assets that serve you and your audience without eating up your free time. This challenge is one of them. I've invested my time and energy into providing you a series of challenges to shift your energy and make you attractive. But I developed a scalable way to deliver this process to you. How can you do the same for your people? Start investing. Damn it, I wish I'd done this sooner. The minute you say, I can't afford to invest, is the exact minute you should start. Investing in yourself is a way to build financial security over the course of your life. I cannot and do not give investing advice. But if you have a job that provides stock and investment plans, now's the time to sit down and start putting money into it. I don't care if you only contribute 1% of your paycheck, it's a start. Start looking money in the face. I used to hate looking at financial matters. I was scared of looking at my bank balance, knowing exactly how much I had hurt because I had hurt myself because I'd rather pretend everything was okay. Ugh, it sucks to look at. But when stuff hit the fan, I realized cleaning up my debt, getting clear on my credit score, and understanding how much I really needed to live the way I wanted to live needed my full attention. Get out of debt now. You have every right to know what's on your credit report, know your net worth, and free yourself from the emotional and psychological bondage debt puts you in. Even if Prince Charming comes, he can't be your financial savior. Don't ever leave your money to a man, even if all he does is balance your books. Take control of yourself and pay it all, and it'll pay off financially. I promise. Credit boards and Credit Karma are two free and great places to start looking into your credit and credit issues. Stop lending money you can't afford to lose. Lending money is fine, but for the most part, the more someone needs to borrow the money, the less likely you're going to get it back. This goes for the homie hookup as well. When your friends, family, or a friend of a friend come to you because they want you to do something you charge for at a discounted price, make it clear that your prices are set. If someone's coming to you because you're the cheapest option, it doesn't matter where they got your name from. They're not your client. They're not meant to be your client. You only charge less because you want to, not because someone asked you to. If someone else does not want to pay full price, that's their business and not your obligation. Friendship does not pay the bills. If it did, Sally Mae and my landlord would be the best friends I'd ever had in my entire life. Create passive assets. Again, I talk about this in the luxury bombshell strategy, but creating assets immediately available for sale allows you to make money without exerting the heavy lifting in terms of hours to do so. Of course, there's time and money involved in the creation, promotion, and marketing. But as you set the wheels in motion, you attract money because you've created a container for wealth to fill. The more you create, the better your chances for financial stability because nature abhors a vacuum. Invest in resources that shift your creative and financial perspective. There are a bunch of resources to help you design a new perspective when it comes to money. Here are a few I love. The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Catherine Ponder. Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. Get Rich, Lucky Bitch by Denise Duffield Thomas. Creating Money by Orrin Dobbin. 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. Secrets of Six Figure Women by Barbara Stanny. Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. The Energy of Money by Dr. Maria Nemeth. Money, a Love Story by Kate Northrup. Challenge. Go to the store and get a small spiral notebook. Starting from the beginning of this current month, write down all your expenses and money spent. Write the name, the date, who you gave money to, and how much you gave. Flip the book upside down and starting backwards, list all income and money received. Include the value of meals, gifts, and other things you received yet did not pay for yourself. For example, if you go on a date and the date brings flowers, include the cost of the meal and flowers. Keep another notebook like this for your business accounts. This is a form of wealth tracking. The more you pay attention to the money flowing in and out of your life, the more you'll see some patterns emerge. If you notice you're at a cookie shop more than you need to be, you'll see this in clear numbers. If you're spending too much in any area, it'll become clear when you look at this. On the flip side, you'll be able to see how much wealth you currently have in your life. What you focus on expands, so as you see your income shift into focus, you'll see a shift in how it shows up and more abundantly at that. Plus, it's a great start for looking at your finances and getting clear on how much you actually need and if you need to be spending as much as you do. Bonus, get your credit reports and scores from creditkarma.com and then sign up for an account on creditboards.com to start taking control of your income. P.S. Have you registered for Libertine yet? This is the first time I'm offering this program. Spots are limited, and early bird incentives are provided for the first 5 who register. I hope you enjoyed the Feminine Client Attraction Challenge. This is Lauren, and have a wonderful day.